parang may nagkaroon ng time na nawala yung self-worth ko.
You know, you have to work to help your husband with the finances, to help prepare finances for your children for their future.
Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, pag age mo ng 35, wala na. Para kasing etsapwera ka na.
And it feels like hindi ko alam kung paano ko mag-gain yung confidence ko. Pag naging mom na sila, parang nawawala na yung career path nila.
Kasi na-fed up ako sa sobrang traffic. So, papasok, dahil madaling araw, either mag-grab ako or mag-aangkas, which is malaki-laki yung expenses.
The time spent with your kids and family are far more important than any job title out there.
Nag-decide ako na maghanap ng online job at nakakuha nga ako. Sobrang saya ko talaga. Kaya tinulungan ko rin yung iba kong mga mommy friends at nagkaroon rin sila ng sarili nilang online job. Kaya doon ako na-inspire at nag-decide na simula ng Filipina home-based moms.
FH Moms Community was created for mothers, for single women, for women professionals and entrepreneurs, for women overseas Filipino workers, for differently abled women, and even for young at heart women. FH Moms is a women community.
Nung nagsimula yung FH Moms, hindi ko in-expect na ganito ka magiging malaki. Ngayon, meron na kaming more than 250,000 members nationwide. Dati, ang tingin ng mga tao sa amin, community lang. No? Ngayon, social enterprise na kami with different projects na tumutulong sa mga kababaihan.
We have free webinars about freelancing, entrepreneurship, parenting, and personal growth. We offer online short courses as well as mastery courses with trainers' 1-year support. We also run a scholarship program and an internship program. We also facilitate charity activities where we are joined by community members as volunteers. Job matching program is something they can also look forward to, as well as e-commerce program. And to celebrate motherhood, we also have online bootcamp for kids. We also have the computer rent-to-own program for members who need assistance in acquiring a computer set. Aspire to be a strong-willed, independent woman.
Mas gusto kong maging productive at saka naniniwala ako sa continuous learning.
Inspire other women.
Everyone was uplifting each other. Everyone was trying to help each other. In this world, you have to be more kind. You have to be more helpful because everyone is fighting their own battles, and you have to understand, you have to empathize. And that is what FH Moms is doing with all the moms out there. Even if you're not a mom, you would feel welcome.
Empower each woman to be in their fullest potential.
And most importantly, Mommy MK and the team model humility and generosity. Talagang ito yung very evident, which impacted me the most. So it gave me the desire to share freely to others what I learned freely from the FH Moms community. And I've always loved the community, the motive of the community, that is to change the world one mom at a time. Good job, FH Moms.
Aspire, inspire, empower. Nothing is stronger than a community of women lifting each other up.
To be among women who have genuinely tried to help people. This is something that I feel passionately about, and then this is something that I saw in FH Moms.
God is good. Kasi parang naturo sa akin itong FH Moms na pinakita sa akin na kahit nasa bahay ka, kahit nag-aalaga ka ng anak mo, it won't stop na dun ka lang. Yun lang yung pwede mong gawin.
Without this community, I'm not here in this situation. So, FH Moms po yung nag-guide and nag-mold sa akin to be the best working at home mom I could ever be.
Ang pinakamalaking impact sa FH Moms sa akin is their quote, which is moving forward, giving back. That's the very essence of FH Moms eh.
That's what I like about this group kasi we encourage and inspire each other to keep dreaming, to chase our dreams. It's actually a big impact kasi if you are losing hope and wala ka ng gana and all, but because of this page, mapapasana all ka.
Dahil sa online job, natupad ko yung mga pangarap ko at Ang pinakapangarap ko na lang ay matupad yung pangarap ng lahat ng mga mommies. Huwag tayong titigil na abutin lahat ng mga pangarap natin, masipagan pa natin at huwag tayong susuko. Kaya kung feeling nyo hindi kayo techie, feeling nyo hindi pasok ang edad nyo para dito sa online freelancing, huwag nyong iisipin yon kasi sobrang daming opportunities ang pwedeng ibigay sa inyo online. At nandito ang Filipina Home-Based Moms para suportahan kayo. Para sa mga naghahanap ng online job at gusto ring matuto pagdating sa online business, you can join Filipina Home-Based Moms Facebook group. My name is MK Bertulfo, CEO and founder of Filipina Home-Based Moms, and our goal is to change lives one mom at a time.
Okay, so hi everyone! So good evening, good evening. It's another Saturday of a lot of learnings and I hope you are having a great Saturday night. So let us see po kung sino ang present ngayong sa ating webinar kasi I can't see anything. Wala akong nakikita. Bakit? So shout out muna tayo. Okay, yan. Hi, Mommy Jemima Hezekiah. So, she's present na. Present, parang teacher na. Hi to Mommy Gianni Kampanak Sinangot. Oh, teka lang. Mga estudyante ko ata to. Hi. Thank you for watching the webinar. Hi, Mommy Mary Jane. Watching from Caloocan City. Hi, Mommy. Also, hi to Mommy Evangeline Barrero. Good evening po. So, okay. So good evening din po, Mommy Iska. Wow, nice name. So, meron ba tayong mga taga-NCR dito or from Visayas, from Mindanao? Oh, definitely, marami din tayong nanonood overseas. Okay, so, maybe I can start now. Just let me know if you can share my screen kasi napakaganda ng ating topic for today. So, let me just share my screen with you. Okay, so now we are in our bookkeeping series, number 7. Aba, kalahin mo nga naman, number 7 na tayo. So, our topic for today will be focusing on double entry bookkeeping. So, pag-uusapan natin today is what is double entry bookkeeping, why is there double entry bookkeeping, are there always 2 entries? Dalawa ba lagi ang entry sa double entry bookkeeping? How to do double entry bookkeeping? Why the accounts are set up this way? Where the chart of accounts fits in? And what happens during a transaction? So, wow, malaman-laman ng ating topic for today. So, let me start. So, double entry bookkeeping refers to the 500-year-old system in which each financial transaction of a company is recorded with an entry into at least 2 of its general ledger accounts. So kung maaalala niyo mga mami, sa nakaraan nating bookkeeping serye, pinag-usapan natin yung mga general ledger accounts. So yung general ledger accounts is yung under ng assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses. So sa double entry bookkeeping, ito po kasi yung pag-record ng financial transaction with at least 2 general ledger accounts. So kung may debit kayo, may credit kayo. So pwedeng 2, at least 2. So, hindi pwedeng isa lang. Minimum of 2 accounts po kapag tayo ay nag-i-entry, lalo na kung ito ay double entry bookkeeping. Okay. So, next is, at least 1 account will have an amount entered as a debit and at least 1 account will have an amount entered as a credit. So, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, at least 1 account dapat naka-debit, ang isang account should be credit. So, dapat din, in a double entry bookkeeping, yung amounts entered as debits must be equal to the credit. So, kung halimbawa, nag-enter ka ng 10,000 sa debit, dapat ang credit mo will also be equal to the debit, which is 10,000. So, meeting these requirements will result in the accounting or bookkeeping equation being balanced at all times. So again, di ba, ang ating accounting equation is assets equals liabilities plus equity. So kung nag-debit ka ng asset, pwede kang mag-credit ng liability or equity. But that should be, dapat yung total nila will be the same. Para laging balanse ang ating equation. Next. So, why is there double entry bookkeeping? So, double entry bookkeeping kasi is designed to reflect the greatest truism of business. Ibig sabihin, you don't get anything for nothing. Parang kumbaga, kung may natanggap ka, meron ka ding, may isa pang, kumbaga, lagi siyang may kadugtong na outcome. Hindi lang siya nag-iisang event. Lagi siyang may kadugtong na event. So, parang hindi ka makakatanggap kung wala kang, hindi ka mag-give. Parang give and take siya eh. Parang ganon. So, if something comes into your business, it's because you gave something up. Parang give and take relationship din ang debit credit. So, parang, magandang example nito would be, nag-acquire ka ng asset. So, ibig sabihin, makakatanggap ka ng asset. So, in order for you to acquire that asset, you have to give up cash. Kasi bumili ka eh. So, hindi ka makakapag-gain ng something kung wala kang i-give up. Ganon ang double entry bookkeeping. Give and take siya. So, katulad nga nun, another example is, if you gain cash, there is an opposite action. So, laging may, kumbaga, lagi siyang may kapartner. Kumbaga, if you gain something, you give up something. Laging ganun. Okay, so for example, ito na nga. So, you sold goods. It means ibig sabihin, kapag nagbenta ka ng goods, nag-gave up ka ng inventory. Another one, sold a service. So, kung nag-sold ka ng service, ibig sabihin, you paid wages sa service provider. Another one, you took a loan. So, it means, kung kumuha ka ng loan, magkakaroon ka ng debt. And another one is, if you got an investor, it means you will give up your equity in your business. So, ibig sabihin, if you gain something, you have to give up something. So, parang lagi siyang may kapalit, kumbaga. Next. So, you need to acknowledge that both sides of each transaction and reflect it in your book. So, dapat recorded both sides. And of course, you have to make an extra entry to do that. Kaya po, meron tayong tinatawag na double entry bookkeeping. Ito malimit question eh. Lagi po bang dalawa yung entry sa double entry bookkeeping? So, kaya po kasi siya tinawag na double entry bookkeeping is because there are at least or should be at least 2 entries for every transaction. Pero possible na more than 2 ang entries. Pero hindi pwedeng isa lang. So minimum of 2 entries. Kaya siya tinawag na double entry. So ibig sabihin, kung minimum na 2, pwedeng maging 3, pwedeng maging 4, pwedeng maging 5. So yung parang tinatawag na natin minsan na compounded journal entry. So, for example, a sale may increase income. It can lower your inventory and can create a tax liability on the sales tax you collected. So, for example, nag-increase ka ng income. So, automatic, ibig sabihin, kaya nag-increase ng income mo, nagka-sales ka. So, ibig sabihin, nabawasan yung inventory mo. And then, syempre, since you have income, magka-create siya ng tax liability. O, pwede rin namang mas malaki pa dyan, no? So, the more the complex ng transaction, the more entries there are. So, kada transaction mo, pag komplikado niya, mas lalong madaming entries. Next. So, double entry bookkeeping aims to track all the knock-on effects of a business transaction and reflect them in your business accounts. But what does that mean on a practical level? So to get a sense of it, you need to understand a little about how business accounts are structured, where the chart of accounts fit in, and what happens during a transaction. So para maintindihan natin kung paano yung double entry bookkeeping, syempre, kailangan naiintindihan mo din kahit paano kung paano naka-structure yung business account, kung saan nag-fit yung chart of accounts at saka ano ba nangyayari sa isang transaction. So, didiscuss din natin yan later. So, how the accounts are structured. So, the books or ledger for a business are made up of 5 main accounts, which are split into groups. So, naalala ninyo, pinag-usapan natin sa nakaraang mga bookkeeping series yung yung 5 main accounts. So, ang 5 main accounts is the assets, liabilities, equity, tsaka income and expenses. So, 5 siya. So, under po kasi nun, may mga, may mga accounts pa. So, if you can see, this is the general ledger or accounts na tinatawag o yung tinatawag natin na the books. Ito yung libro natin. So again, the assets are things that we own. The liabilities are things that we owed. Kumbaga, ito yung utang natin. Owner's equity is the money from owner. Income is the money in. The expenses are the money out. So, ang assets, liabilities, and owner's equity, makikita siya sa balance sheet. So, balance sheet, ito yung financial report natin. And then, income and expenses, makikita naman siya sa profit and loss. So, sa profit and loss, nandun yung income, expenses. So, syempre, pag naka-red siya, ibig sabihin loss. Pag normal naman, that is profit. So, these are the 5 main accounts that make up the general ledger. The assets, liabilities, the owner's equity, the income, and expenses. So, I know you are very familiar with that kasi na-discuss natin yan previously sa iba nating pang bookkeeping series. So, these accounts are the same for every business. So, pareho lang yan. So, depende rin syempre kung anong mga business yan. From a freelancer worker to a multinational. So, even you are a freelancer bookkeeper, the chart of accounts is still the same with what is being used in the multinational. Yung mga common, pare-pareho lang yung ginagamit talaga nila. Unless there are specific accounts na talagang related lang for that particular business. So, tingnan natin. Let's learn a little about them. So, what is an asset? Okay, so, asset po is something of value that the business own or part own. So, pwedeng ikaw buong may-ari or pwedeng may kahati ka. Pero may pagmamay-ari ka pa din. So, that is an asset. Kung baga sa Tagalog, yung pagmamay-ari. So, ang example nito would be cash and things that can be converted to cash. That includes the land, the tools, the accounts receivable, and unpaid sales invoices. Bakit sila tinawag na can be converted to cash? Kasi, ang land, pwede mo ibenta. You can convert it into cash. Ganon din ang tools. Ang accounts receivable kasi naman, once na nakakolekta ka, nako-convert mo siya into cash. Same with the unpaid sales invoices, which we are into recall to also with accounts receivable. So, yan yung mga example ng assets. So, very familiar kayo dyan. Alam natin yan. Next is, what is income? So, income po is money coming into the business. So, ito yung money pagpapasok, that will be income or yung tinatawag naman natin na sales. Sales and sometimes, so ang example nito will be sales and sometimes interest or dividends on investment. So yung mga interest nyo or income nyo sa investment, we can also call that as part of the income. Okay? How about expense? Siyempre, ito ang pinaka-popular sa lahat. So expense are purchases made to keep the business running. So when you say they are purchases made to keep the business running, kasi diba, when you are doing operations, you make a lot of purchases. Like for example, if you are for a service business, syempre mag-hire ka ng mga tao mo na magbibigay ng service. So, in other words, you will pay for their fees. So, kumbaga, and then you in turn, ibibill mo naman yung mga customer mo. And then, money will come in. So, that yung tinatawag natin ng income. So, yung expense naman would be, kung halimbawa, kung service nga yan, and nag-hire ka ng tao, your expense would be yung binayaran mo yung fees ng hinire mo or yung tinatawag natin na contractor's fee or yung salary nila. And then, if you have mga utilities, syempre, you will be using, or softwares, you will be using a lot of software. So, it's also part of the business. It's also an expense. Kumbaga, yun nga lang, doon na siya papasok sa mga cost of sales. Kasi kung ang main yung main business niyo is to give service and by using yung mga software. And then, syempre, nag-invest ka sa software kasi in return, alam mo na kikita ka dyan. So, that will be part of your cost of sales. So, examples ng mga expense mo would be inventory, equipment, office supplies, and yun nga, often payroll. Siyempre, if you are nga in a service, and then you usually pay people. Even naman kahit di ka nasa service, you still hire people to do some work for you. Office work, admin work, sales work, you still have to pay payroll. So, part yun ng expenses. So, why the accounts are set up this way? So, bakit nga ba nakaset up siya na ganito? So, mapapasin ninyo, if you could remember the accounting equation, your assets minus liabilities is equal to value of the business. Pwede din yun. Kasi pag binawas mo yung liabilities mo from the asset, that will be your net worth na tinatawag. So, nasa balance sheet yan. And your income or less expenses is equal to the profitability. So, a trade bookkeeper can quickly see how a transaction affects the 5 big accounts. So, syempre, kung train ka, madali mo talaga makikita ano ba yung effect doon sa 5 big accounts. Kasi it doesn't come naturally talaga to most of us. Kaya dito po papasok ang chart of accounts. Kasi ang chart of accounts talaga is a really big help when it comes to checking the effect on the 5 big accounts. Kasi ang chart of accounts kasi, di ba, ito kasi yung composition talaga ng 5 big accounts. So yung if you know how to use the chart of accounts, it will be easy for you to check or know the effects of a transaction that affects the 5 big accounts, which is yung 5 big accounts again, assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses. Okay, so the chart of accounts is a bunch of more meaningful and intuitive categories for your business transactions, like sales, supplies, wages, and loans. So, nandun din siya sa chart of accounts. Siyempre, again, the chart of accounts is composed of the five main, yung pinaka-group natin. So, that is, again, the asset, the liabilities, the equity, the income, and expenses. So, when you classify a transaction to a chart of accounts code, it will filter into the right accounting bucket and ultimately into the right report. So, if you're using Quickbooks, or any system, automatic kasi, when you classify a transaction doon sa chart of account, ang mangyayari, i-filter niya yun sa tamang buckets, accounting bucket. And then, papasok din siya sa tamang report. Kasi nakamap yung chart of accounts na yan kung saan siya dapat pumasok at kung saan siya dapat report sumama. Yun yung kagandahan pag merong system. Kumbaga yung chart of accounts mo, yan yung pinakamapa mo kung saan siya papasok. And the most important rule kasi ng double entry is that nothing ever happens in isolation. Ibig sabihin, walang nangyayari ng iisa lang. I mean, lagi yan may ka-partner. Lagi yung merong, kailangan lagi siyang may kabangga, kumbaga. So when a transaction takes place, you record it in the obvious category of the chart of accounts and then you ask, what else has changed? So pag nagre-record kasi tayo, di ba? For example, nire-record natin yung payment ng nag-pay tayo ng electric bill. So normally, what your entry would be debit, utilities expense, credit, cash. So bago mo naisip na doon siya ipasok, di ba inisip mo, ano ba yung apektadong accounts? Nagbayad ako ng bill. So again, number 1, ang bill po kasi is automatic and expense yan. Bill. Ibig sabihin, something, kumbaga, you pay for something in exchange na may matanggap ka in return. So, kumbaga, expense yun. Expense siya. So, nagbayad ka. So, ang gumalaw doon would be your expense. Ibig sabihin, nag-increase ang expense mo, and then yung cash mo, dahil since nagbayad ka, bumaba siya. Kumbaga, nabawasan or nag-decrease yung cash mo. So, pag nag-i-entry ka, iniisip mo, anong accounts ba ang gumagalaw? Diba? Ganun yung ginagawa natin. Bago tayo mag-entry, chine-check natin sa chart of accounts, alin ba ang gagalaw dito kapag nangyari itong transaction na to. Yun yung iniisip natin. Which is, it can help you really a lot. Lalo na kung nakatingin ka sa chart of accounts, madali mong malalaman kung saan mo siya dapat ipasok. Even ako kapag halimbawa, bago pa lang ako, hindi ko pa alam kung saan nila normally pinapasok yung mga entries. What I usually do is I go to the chart of accounts and tinitingnan ko yung chart of accounts nila. Ano ba pumapasok dito? Paano pag ganitong transaction? Alin na naapektuhan? Ganon. So, kumbaga, the chart of accounts talaga plays a vital role in the journal entries o yung pag nagre-record tayo ng entries. Okay. So, kung mapapansin nyo, what happens during a transaction, no? For example, ito, no? So, nagbenta ka for $11. So, ang nangyari, you receive a payment or you have, kumbaga yung sales mo nag-increase ng $11. And then yung inventory mo, which is the cost is $5, is mababawasan since you have a sale. Ano ba itong binenta niya? Para siyang jacket ba yun? So parang siyang jacket. You sold something for $11 and then ang magiging effect niyan, bababa yung inventory mo since nagbenta ka nga, yung goods mo, binenta mo for a markup. So, bumaba yung inventory mo and then, syempre, magkakaroon ka din ng sales tax owed. So, yung liability, yung kumbaga yung tax mo, magkakameron ka for $1. So, ito yung kumbaga, sa double entry bookkeeping kasi, it always boils down kasi kung ano yung mga accounts na naapektuhan. Doon umiikot yung entry nila. Okay, so a professional will see the ripple effect of a transaction immediately. Siyempre, mga professionals sila, kumbaga, nag-aral silang mabuti for that. And really, isang tingin pa lang nila, alam nila kung ano yung transaction na apektado. So, a novice bookkeeper can get the knack of it eventually. Or you can use accounting software and set up the rules for how the accounts interact. So, when you assign a transaction to one account, the software automatically knows what else is affected and records it to. So, ito yung kagandahan kasi sa mga Quickbooks, sa mga Xero. Once na nag-enter ka ng transaction, sila na ang bahalang maglagay kung saang report siya sasama. Kumbaga, alam niya kung alin yung gagalaw. Though, ikaw pa rin naman yung magdadirect kung saan account siya papasok. But from there, siya na yung bahala na, for example, kung sales, alam niya, na nakamap yan na pag may entry pumasok sa sales, automatic sa profit and loss na report siya sasama. Same as kung expense yan sa profit and loss din siya sasama. Kumbaga, ang chart of accounts is nakamapa siya kung saan dapat siya sasama. If you could still remember the figure kanina, di ba, meron kanina tayong figure na ginamit wherein yung asset, liabilities, and equity, nakaturo siya dun sa balance sheet, and then yung income and expenses, nakaturo siya dun sa profit and loss. Kasi dun sila pumapasok. Yun yung isa nating figure na tinignan kanina. So, wow! Ang bilis nung ano natin, no? About yung ating discuss today. So, for our next live webinar topics for the bookkeeping series number 8, so expect that we will be discussing about the bank reconciliation, why does it matter, how to do the bank reconciliation, and the what we call modern bank reconciliation. So, i-discuss natin yan sa susunod. So, maybe now we can have some questions about the topic. I really can't see any comments right now. So, meron ba tayong mga questions or anything? Let me check nga. Kasi wala akong nakikita sa screen ko. Alright, so hindi ko rin alam if meron ba tayong kasi wala akong nakikita sa screen. Diba? Sabi nga yan. Wala po ko nakikita sa screen ko. Okay. So, wala tayong questions. So, I'll just use the opportunity, no, to ipa-plug ko na din, no. So, sa mga hindi pa po nakakapag-order ng alumni kit. So, our alumni kit po kasi, comes with the t-shirt. So, parang ganito. And then also includes a mug. So, yan o. See, I have my FH Mom's mug. Meron din po siyang face mask. So, ito. Face mask. Ayan, iba may pangalan din ni FH Mom. Hindi ko pa nagagamit ito sa akin kasi kakadating lang yan. And then also, it comes with the mouse pad. See? Ang ganda. May mouse pad na ako. And then, parang wala siyang mouse pad. And then also, a lanyard. Yan. Tapos ito nga, itong t-shirt. So, grab yours now. Maganda siya. And even this mug, it has also the Koracha mold. Ayan, diba? Koracha mold. Maganda yung mug, promise. I love it na. Pag nagkakape. O, diba? So, ayun. So, tawag dito. So, if you don't have any questions, I think, ako na lang magtatanong kung merong magsasagot. So, meron ba tayong, let me see kung anong pwede nating ma-question. Okay, let's see. Okay, so meron ba tayong yan. I just started learning the bookkeeping classes. May I know which is the best application that I don't need to pay for it? Ano daw? Sorry nagulahan ako ulit. Ano daw yung question niya? I just started learning the bookkeeping class. May I know which is the best application that I don't need to pay for it? Actually, wala po kasing application na hindi binabayaran. Lalo na kung for bookkeeping. Though, lagi naman siyang may free trial. Yes, you can practice naman using free trials. But then again, syempre, you have to, eventually, after pag natapos yung trial, you have to pay for it. I mean, you have to pay for it after. Actually, ang alam ko lang kasi talaga ng mga apps na may mga free trial would be, most of the accounting systems naman meron. But definitely Xero and Quickbooks yan. You can use that as meron siya mga free trial and then you can subscribe. You can subscribe naman. And then, yun nga lang, syempre, once the trial ends, you have to pay for it. But, I believe kasi if, ang bookkeeper kasi doesn't need talaga to pay the subscription kasi si client kasi ang nakasubscribe sa Quickbooks and Xero. So, sila dapat yung magbabayad. Sila talaga yung magbabayad ng subscription. Ini-invite lang kasi nila si bookkeeper para ma-access yung books. But definitely, you don't need to subscribe on anything. Pero kung gusto mo mag-practice, yes, you can subscribe. Okay. So, do we have any other questions? Yan. Do I need to hire a bookkeeper kung meron akong business or kahit ako lang pwede na po? Of course, if you know, yes, you can hire a bookkeeper. Pero syempre, if marunong ka naman and if you know if you know how bookkeeping or accounting works, you can definitely be the one to do the bookkeeping. So, most of the business owners naman here in the Philippines, normally sila gumagawa ng bookkeeping nila, lalo na kung familiar naman sila sa accounts. Thank you, Mami Evangeline, for that question. Na-discuss niyo na po ba how to entry debit credit of every transaction? Yes, actually, we've discussed na yan sa mga nakaraan. Meron kaming debit credit na sadyang topic. Na-discuss na po siya previously sa iba pong bookkeeping series. So, you can actually search for it and then watch mo yun. Kasi we are now on bookkeeping series number 7, pero tapos lang. Then, sunod na natin will be bank reconciliation. Yes, na-discuss na po. Can we use Excel po ba? Yes, you can use Excel naman, but ang problema kasi when it comes to Excel, kasi syempre, parang lalabas manual, no? Normally kasi pag manual, prone kasi siya sa errors. Tsaka sa manipulation, of course. So, mas okay pa rin talaga if you have a system. Mas okay siya gamitin. Mas maganda. Ayan. Thank you, Mama Isa. Sa bank reconciliation po, kapag nag-resign ka kasama pa rin, Mami, that will be discussed in our next bookkeeping series. Abangan mo yan. Yung iyong question. Pang next bookkeeping series, baka wala na akong ma-discuss pag di-discuss ko sa'yo. So, don't worry. If you will watch po on our next bookkeeping series, your question will be answered. I will answer that on our next bookkeeping series para tama doon sa ating discussion. Okay? So, again, I just want to remind everyone, our accounting and bookkeeping mastery course, yung enrollment po niya is still ongoing. So, if you want, tawag dito, it's 3,500, the enrollment fee. It's until, we are accepting enrollees until September 29. Our classes will begin in October 4. So, ayan, nakikita nyo sa inyong screens, ang link to enroll. So, enroll na kayo. Ayan. So, I will be your trainer in our accounting and bookkeeping class. So, I hope to see you there. So, I think wala naman masyadong questions. So, I think we're good. Wala masyadong questions eh. Ayun pala, marami po ba nag-hire ng bookkeeper kahit hindi ka accountant? Yes! Actually, hindi naman po, again, accountant and bookkeeper are different people. Hindi po sila parehong tao. I mean, magkaiba po sila ng ginagawa. Again, bookkeeper po kasi is responsible for the manual, what do you call this? Diba, manual na, I mean, the entry sa pag-i-entry or yung financial data entry sa system. While the accountant po is the one who is making the summary nung in-enter ni bookkeeper and make it to our report. So, magkaiba po silang tao. So, it doesn't really necessary na kailangan mo maging accountant para maging bookkeeper. For you to be a bookkeeper, syempre, you have to know the basics of bookkeeping. Dapat alam mo kung paano mag-entry. But it doesn't really necessarily mean that you have to be an accounting graduate. Kasi marami po akong kilala na bookkeeper, hindi naman po sila talaga accounting graduate. But they make time to study how accounting works, how bookkeeping works, and then apply it. And then ayun nga, they were able to do the bookkeeping. So ayun. So if you want to learn bookkeeping, again, you can enroll with the Accounting and Bookkeeping Mastery course po ni FHMAS. That's 3,500. Tatlo pong certificate yung makukuha nyo sa course namin. That will be certification po sa Quickbooks. So you will be a Quickbooks certified Proadvisor, Xero certified advisor, and of course, yung certificate of completion from FHMAS. So tatlo yung certificate nyo sa Accounting and Bookkeeping Mastery course. And ano pong masasuggest nyo na gawin before mag-start yung October batch bookkeeping class? Well, what can I say is maybe, study how, kasi laging ang foundation kasi ng bookkeeping will be boiled down to the journal entry. So I think much better if you could start, learning how to do the debits and credits. It will really be a big help sa inyo if you will learn that earlier before ng class. Though, kahit naman hindi nyo siya aralin before, it will be taught or iti-teach naman yun when we start the class on October 4. So, pag nagka-access na kayo, our topics will start really talaga magsisimula siya sa entries. So, matututo pa rin kayo. So, ayun. So, do you still have any other questions? Ay, nando ka ko. Hi, Rudolph, sabi ni Rudolph. Hindi kasi kanina, ang theme kasi ng graduation ng August Bash is Christmas. Ayan, di ba ang galing? Nauna pa sa Halloween. So, nag-Christmas na kami. So, ayan. So, again, if there are no any other questions, I think we're good. Can we, may hahabol pa po ba na question? We still have time. Kung gusto po ninyo. So, yun, meron pa lang isa. Ilang weeks po ang mastery class? Normally po, it's 4 to 5 weeks po. And it's a self-paced training, meaning may mga videos po kayo napapanoodin, and every week po, we will have our weekly live session wherein we will have our hands-on. So talagang makakagamit kayo ng system. You will be using, papracticein natin gamitin yung Quickbooks and, mapapractice nyo siyang gamitin talaga eventually because we will have our hands-on every week. So, yun po. So, anyways, may I know how much per hour ang charge of bookkeeping if ever I will enroll to register on flexible time. So, marami naman pong nag-offer ng flexible time. So, you really just have to find that client na nag-offer. Normally naman makikita sa job posting if it's for a full-time, for a part-time, or if it's flexible. When it comes naman po sa per hour po, it really depends po on it really depends on you po kung magkano yung i-charge mo for bookkeeping. Kasi wala po siyang, actually, for me, wala siyang standard kasi depende naman kasi yun sa transactions na hinahawakan mo. So, it will really depend on you on how much you will charge it for you. So, ayun. Thank you, Mami, for that question. Okay, so certified bookkeeper po ako under ng TESDA. Naging instructor na din po ako sa TESDA. Pero gusto ko rin po mag-enroll kasi manual bookkeeping po kami sa TESDA. And Mami, what's the question? Anong question ni Mami doon? Baka chinika niya lang. No? So, if you want po, Mami, if you want po na matuto ng mga Quickbooks ng Xero, then maybe this is the right course for you since you are certified na naman sa TESDA. So, you will be able to learn how to use, the Xero and the Quickbooks, then I think this course will be right for you. So, even naman po sa walang background ng accounting, this course will be a good start na rin kasi definitely naman po, you will be taught the basics of accounting. So, kahit wala po kayong background, you will be able to be a bookkeeper. Kasi most of my students kasi talaga, they do not have any background in accounting or bookkeeping. But they were able to land jobs, may mga clients na sila, and some of them are doing multiple clients too. So, I believe talaga na it's really on you, in your skills, on your ability to understand the financial, yung tungkol sa sa accounting and bookkeeping. It really depends on you. So, I hope I will see you on the October batch. October batch po yung ongoing. So, again po, if you want to enroll, naka-post po sa page natin or sa group yung link po for the enrollment. And again, yun nga. So, hoping to see you in our class. So, again, thank you so much po for spending your time in our webinar. And I hope sa susunod natin na bookkeeping series, nandun din po kayo because we're gonna discuss about more on bank reconciliation. So, thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful Saturday evening. Bye!
Parang may nagkaroon ng time na nawala yung self-worth ko.
You have to work to help your husband with the finances, to help prepare finances for your children for their future.
Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, pag age mo ng 35, wala na. Para kasing etsapuera ka na.
And it feels like hindi ko alam kung paano ko mag-gain yung confidence ko pag naging mom na sila. Parang nawawala na yung career path nila.
Kasi na-fed up ako sa sobrang traffic. So, papasok, dahil madaling araw, either mag-grab ako or mag-aangkas, which is malaki-laki yung expenses.
The time spent with your kids and family are far more important than any job title out there.
Nag-decide ako na maghanap ng online job at nakakuha nga ako. Sobrang saya ko talaga. Kaya tinulungan ko rin yung iba kong mga mommy friends at nagkaroon rin sila ng sarili nilang online job. Kaya doon ako na-inspire at nag-decide na simula ng Filipina home-based moms.
FH Moms Community was created for mothers, for single women, for women professionals and entrepreneurs, for women overseas Filipino workers, for differently abled women, and even for young at heart women. FH Moms is a women community.
Nung nagsimula yung FH Moms, hindi ko in-expect na ganito ka magiging malaki. Ngayon, meron na kaming more than 250,000 members nationwide. Dati, ang tingin ng mga tao sa amin, community lang. No? Ngayon, social enterprise na kami with different projects na tumutulong sa mga kababaihan.
We have free webinars about freelancing, entrepreneurship, parenting, and personal growth. We offer online short courses as well as mastery courses with trainers' 1-year support. We also run a scholarship program and an internship program. We also facilitate charity activities where we are joined by community members as volunteers. Job matching program is something they can also look forward to, as well as e-commerce program. And to celebrate motherhood, we also have online bootcamp for kids. We also have the computer rent-to-own program for members who need assistance in acquiring a computer set. Aspire to be a strong-willed, independent woman.
Mas gusto kong maging productive at saka naniniwala ako sa continuous learning.
Inspire other women.
Everyone was uplifting each other. Everyone was trying to help each other. In this world, you have to be more kind. you have to be more helpful because everyone is fighting their own battles, and you have to understand, you have to empathize, and that is what is FH Moms is doing with all the moms out there. Even if you're not a mom, you would feel welcome.
Empower each woman to be in their fullest potential.
And most importantly, Mommy MK and the team model humility and generosity. Talagang ito yung very evident, which impacted me the most. So it gave me the desire to share freely to others what I learned freely from the FH Moms community. And I've always loved the community, the motive of the community, that is to change the world one mom at a time. Good job, FH Mom.
Aspire, inspire, empower. Nothing is stronger than a community of women lifting each other up.
To be among women who have genuinely tried to help people. This is something that I feel passionately about, and then this is something that I saw in FH Moms.
God is good. Kasi parang naturo sa akin itong FH Moms na pinakita sa akin na kahit nasa bahay ka, kahit nag-aalaga ka ng anak mo, it won't stop na dun ka lang. Yun lang yung pwede mong gawin.
Without this community, I'm not here in this situation. So FH Moms po yung nag-guide and nag-mold sa akin to be the best working at home mom I could ever be.
Ang pinakamalaking impact sa FH Mom sa akin is their quote, which is moving forward, giving back. That's the very essence of FH Moms eh.
That's what I like about this group kasi we encourage and inspire each other to keep dreaming, to chase our dreams. It's actually a big impact kasi if you are losing hope and wala ka ng gana and all, but because of this page, mapapasana all ka.
Dahil sa online job, natupad ko yung mga pangarap ko at ang pinakapangarap ko na lang ay matupad yung pangarap ng lahat ng mga mommies. Huwag tayong titigil na abutin lahat ng mga pangarap natin, masipagan pa natin at huwag tayong susuko. Kaya kung feeling nyo hindi kayo techie, feeling nyo hindi pasok ang edad nyo para dito sa online freelancing, huwag nyong iisipin yon kasi sobrang daming opportunities ang pwedeng ibigay sa inyo online. At nandito ang Filipina Home-Based Moms para suportahan kayo. Para sa mga naghahanap ng online job at gusto ring matuto pagdating sa online business, you can join Filipina Home-Based Moms Facebook group. My name is MK Bertulfo, CEO and founder of Filipina Home-Based Moms, and our goal is to change lives one mom at a time.